Make sure I'm straight. I think I'm straight. I've been having some technical difficulties all day. Technical difficulties, technically and physically. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Yours truly, Crisco Fontaine, aka Coach Crisco. See the title. This is gonna be a short and sweet one. I don't even think I need my headphones. I don't necessarily have anything to watch. I just want to chop it up about OKC and their ability to lock up their future. Okay. Um, they did something I feel that is a tad bit unprecedented from a small market's perspective. They locked up their core. Chet, Shai, Jalen locked up for the next 4 to 5 years. Now, it remains to be seen. Let me unbutton this. It remains to be seen if get out of here. It's a little warm in here. It remains to be seen if they're going to be able to um to keep them long term. But they got them locked up. So um just to kind of quickly go over Shay's extension is for 4 years, $285 million supermax contract extension. This extension will begin the 27-28 season. So it's not even like next season and the season after. They're good. 25-26 and 26-27. His extension doesn't even start yet. His extension doesn't even start until 27-28. So he locked in until 30-31. The deal makes him a highest paid player in NBA history based on annual salary. That's crazy. So he got 2 years remaining on his current contract with salaries of 38.3 for next season and 40.8 for the season after. And if you really think about it, that's a steal. That's a steal. Why is it still? Why does it still have me in that category? I could have sworn. Let me do something real quick because I'm getting a little. Let me check something real quick. Okay. So that is good. Twitch is good. Sports, sports. I'm just trying to be in a live category for TikTok. So let me see. Bear with me on the TikTok side. I just want to see if I can update this. I don't know if that's going to change anything. I don't think it did, but I at least wanted to check to see. I don't know if that knocked me off of my Twitch. We live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, just in case you didn't know. Twitch is still good. Man, it's hot as ball here in here. Open this door just a little bit. Bear with me. Give me a second. Break my damn chair. Okay, we're good. I had to get some. I had to get a fan blowing. Open this door up a little bit. This sweat like a Hebrew slave. All right, so Shay is locked into the 2031 season. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Astronomically diabolical. And then they took care of Chet. And so Chet agreed to a 5-year, $250 million maximum rookie contract extension. The deal keeps him into the 30-31 season. All right. And then Jalen has agreed to a 5-year rookie contract extension worth up to potentially worth up to 287 million. And that takes him also to the 2030-31 season. So they got all these boys locked in for the exact same amount of time. So over the next 6 years, the next 6 seasons could very well be all OKC. All OKC. And I'm not, I'm not even going to front with you. The league should be a little terrified. They should be a little afraid. This is a young team. Shai is the oldest, right? Let me just make sure. Let me double check to see how old Shai is. Shai's the oldest. And he's only 27 years old. So 6 years, he's still 33. You still in your prime, tapering out of your prime. Chet Holmgren is 23. And Jalen can't be more than that. 24. So Jalen's 24, Chet's 23, Shai's 26, 27. Shai's 27. Shai just had a birthday also yesterday. Happy birthday, Shai. So Shai's 27. Jalen 24, Chet 23. Dude. The league should be in they should be in shambles. The league should be in shambles. I just don't see how you can look at the moves that they've made in locking up these boys and not understand that what they've done does not happen. It doesn't happen for small markets. Let me do something real quick. Bear with me for a second. I just want to see something. I want to see if it's possible. There's no callback, so I don't know if I am or not. No, usually it is. Okay. I just wanted to double check. No, we're not live. I tried to go live on X or Twitter, just to see if I could, but I can't. So it's all good. Um, no, what they've done is something that you don't really see too often from small market teams because they don't have the paper. That they're incapable of doing what OKC has just done. Now, who's to say within the next couple years they still don't offload a Jalen Williams or a Chet Holmgren? They could very well do so, but the fact that they have committed a substantial amount of money. As a matter of fact, let's just do something real quick. So Shai was 285? 285 plus Jalen was 287 potentially, and Chet was 250. They've committed $822 million to 3 guys. $822 million to their core. You don't see small market teams doing that. That's you just where they getting their paper from? Like, what's going on in Oklahoma? So I need to make a move to Oklahoma. It's been hard for Golden State to sustain because you got to pay. You know, Steph, Clay, Draymond, when they had KD, eventually there was going to become a time where somebody is going to be looking and they're going to be slightly assed out. Slightly assed out. Because This guy then took a max. This guy then took a max. This guy then took a max. Okay, well, there's no money left over. You got 3 max extensions in a super max. Well, you have 2 max extensions and a super max extension. I commend OKC. I commend them for keeping their core, and not only that, they see what has worked. They just won a championship. Why would you not? Like the whole game of this is, yes, it's a business. You're trying to make money for sure, but the game is to win championships. And OKC has positioned themselves. They positioned themselves to win championships over the next 6 years. Because you got Shai, you got Jalen, you got Chet. That's my chair. You got Shai, you got Jalen, you got Chet. You have your core. You can put pieces around them. Your Lou Dorts, your Casey Wallace's, the other Jalen Williams, the Isaiah Joes, the Aaron Wigginses. Those guys are gonna come. I'm not gonna play them like they scrubs, but those guys will come and they will go. You will plug and play your role players, your Caruso's. There's a few role players that you want to maybe try to lock down and keep them with these guys, but the majority of the role players, they're gonna come, they're gonna go. That's just the nature of it. If you think back on the dynasties in the past, the core of the dynasties remain true. The pieces around them, they always fluctuated. You have a few pieces that they kind of they're your role player main staples. So you may be able to keep them cheap because they just happen to play a solid role and they fit. And if you take them off of that particular squad, they may not bode well with another team. So they just kind of stay put. But then you have like your Alex Caruso. He's probably going to demand, a substantial amount of money moving forward. You never know. I don't know what his contract looks like now. But you may have to lose an Alex Caruso in order to get, 2 or 3 other guys to come in and just be filler guys, plug and play guys. They have to just come and get you some solid minutes. Because Alex Caruso is going to command, a certain amount of cap. And he may be able to help another team moving forward. He may be one of those journeymen. Or he could be one of those role player main staples. So I think OKC committing the amount of money that they've committed to their core, they just pretty much put the NBA on notice. We're here. We just won a chip. And every season moving forward, if we don't win the championship, it's a failed season for us. Like this is where we are now. You have to expect the Oklahoma City Thunder to be a contender moving forward every season. Every season. So I like it. I like it. I really do. I like it. I'm just I wonder what does this do for their, does this take them, has to take them past the first apron, maybe even over the second. There's going to be a luxury tax that's going to have to be paid. It's got to be. But I would also imagine that winning a championship would probably bring more revenue to a franchise, even if it's in a small market. I would imagine. I can only imagine that next season, there's going to be a lot of Oklahoma City nationally televised games. I can only imagine. There's no way Oklahoma City is going to have a lot of NBA TV games, and they're the reigning NBA champions, regardless if it's a small market. They have who may be the face of the league right now in Shai. You in the MVP, you're not putting that, you're not relegating that to NBA TV, dog. Hell no. So look to see more of the Oklahoma City Thunder next season on television, because I didn't really see a whole lot of them this past season and the season prior to, and they were the number one seed in both. So the fact that they had the season, and Cleveland also, the fact that Cleveland and OKC had the season that they had this year, but we saw more Laker games, we saw more Golden State games, we saw more Boston games, we saw more, we saw more Minnesota games than we did Oklahoma City, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that's going to be the case moving forward. Going to see a way more Oklahoma City nationally televised games as well. We should. So salute to the Thunder. Salute to the Thunder, um, for locking up their core and not saying, "Oh well, we're not going to be able to afford all three." They have bought into the fact that Jalen Williams is going to ascend, consistently ascend, and Chet Holmgren is going to consistently ascend. They're paying these guys for what they have done, which is contribute to a championship, but also where they're going to go. If you think about it, let me just see, what did Chet average this past season? Just double check. What was his average? Right, he averaged 15, 8, and 2, 49 from the field. 15 and 8 got him $250 million. 15 and 8 got him $250 million. I think Kenyon Martin said that. But see, so they're not paying him for 15 and 8. That 15 and 8 helped contribute to a championship. But they see the ascension. He has not hit his head on his ceiling yet. This is Chet's third year? Let me see. Double check. That was his second season. Because so they didn't count the first, because he was drafted 22, 23. Yeah. Yeah, he was drafted 22, 23, but he didn't play that first year. So they don't even count it. So his first year was 23, 24. And then this past year, and he only played 32. He only played 32 games this past season. 32 games. So you could say that's a little spooky. That's a little spooky when you think about it. You just committed $250 million to a guy that only played 32 games this past season. Played all 82 technically his rookie season, even though he was on the roster 22, 23. 23, 24 was technically his rookie year. So 16 and a half points per game. Pretty much 8 boards, 2.5 assists his rookie season. So his numbers went down just a tad this past season, but again, small sample size. Only 32 games played. Only 32 games played. And they won 60, what did they do? 68? They won 68 games. Without their, I guess you could say, the third option. And Chet was supposed to be the second option. He was supposed to be the second option. I don't think anybody really thought Jalen Williams was going to be who he is paying to be thus far. I don't think so. I think you would be really grasping at straws if you say, yeah, I knew Jalen Williams was going to be what he was. And speaking on Jalen, I mean, the 21 and a half, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 48 and a half from the field. Again, they're not paying him for 21 and a half points. They see ascension. He hasn't hit his head on his ceiling yet. Just go to his wiki real quick. I should go to Basketball Reference, but wiki would do for right now. So let's just look at his basic stats right? The ascension is there. So his rookie year was 22, 23. So they drafted Chet and Jalen the same year. Chet just didn't play his rookie year. So Jalen comes in, he averages 14 points for his rookie year, 19 points last season, and 21 and a half this past season. The ascension is there. I don't think Jalen Williams is going to cap off at 21 and a half points a game. So he's getting his 287, potentially 287, on the muscle that he has already reached at his third season, already reached 21 points per game, 22 points per game, and he's an NBA champion. So I look for Jalen next season to, be around a 23, 24 point per game guy. Chet was at 15 this year. Look for Chet to be closer to 20, 18 points per. He just has to stay healthy. Chet has to stay healthy. He has to stay on the floor. If he stays on the floor, he can contribute at a high level. Again, Chet was supposed to be the guy, right? Chet was drafted, 12th overall was Jalen. And Chet was second overall. So you the second overall pick. Yeah, you're supposed to come in as the man or one of the men, not the man after the man that's after the man. So Chet was supposed to be second in command, low key. But Jalen is now Scottie Pippen to Shai's Michael Jordan, right? So what is Chet? Dennis Rodman? Nah. I don't think we haven't seen the peak of Chet Holmgren yet. So 250 for 15 and 8. If you look at it like that, then yeah, it looks a little crazy, but nah, they didn't pay him for 15 and 8. They paid him for what he is going to be moving forward. As long as he's healthy. That's what they paid him for. Let me check the TikTok, make sure that there's nobody in there. Give me a second. People be joining TikTok and then leaving immediately. I can't change the category on the TikTok live, so that's a bit frustrating because this is not gaming. It's not gaming at all. Let me check the Twitch real quick. Everybody sleep. Check the YouTube. Why? What's good with you? Why is my chat not popping up in my OBS? I'm starting to get slightly pissed off. I'm not even gonna hold you. Give me a second. Let me pop this out real quick. I didn't even see any of the chat because it's not in my OBS. It's not popping up in my OBS for whatever reason. And they might then there might be what? And they might be change the rules in the next few years. What rules you talking about, Unc? What's good with your Matt 2K? I don't understand why my chat is not popping up in my OBS. I don't like it. Not one bit. I don't know what rules you're talking about, Unc. What about the CBA? With the money? The money is going to it's going to continuously grow. It's going to continuously go up. The cap is going to continuously go up. And it's not even about the cap at this point. It's low key about what the owners are willing to pay. If the owners are willing to pay the luxury tax. Because I mean, if you look at somebody like Ballmer, like Steve Ballmer. He's the richest owner in the NBA. He will gladly pay that luxury tax if he knows that he's going to put a winning product on the court. So these new owners that's coming in here, some of them are straight up businessmen and women, but some of them are basketball fans. So they want to see a product that's going to be successful. Like Steve Ballmer, he's a basketball fan. Like he's a businessman, but he's a basketball fan. So he'll pay that luxury tax. He'll pay it in a heartbeat. But I just don't see too many teams doing what OKC is doing with their young core. Look at Boston. As Boston is a perfect example. Boston, Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, their contracts were in the. Let me just double check. Let me make sure that I don't want to butcher it. Damn. L spelling that's the main reason why I that's the main reason why I take the screen off. So I don't need y'all to be like, damn, you can't spell. Jalen Brown's contract. Jalen Brown's contract. 5 years, $303 million supermax. And Tatum got something that's similar. Right? But what's this transpired? What's this transpired? They got rid of Drew. They got rid of Kristaps. Derek White has been in trade talks. They had to offload. Al Horford is probably leaving. They had to offload because they're not willing to pay all these guys to keep that core intact. And this is a big market. So what OKC is doing or has done, it's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. Like you have almost close to $1 billion for 3 players. And like I said, that's not to say that these guys are going to like finish their career in OKC. Trades happen. Trades happen every day, all day. So, but the fact that they committed that much money to these guys to keep these guys, I think it definitely helps that they won a championship. I don't know if they would be willing to commit all of this money to these 3 guys had they not won a chip this year. So, I think that helps. I think it helps. All right. So salute to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think they're going to be a problem. I think they're going to be a freaking problem over the next couple. Let me just visit Twitter real quick because I seen something earlier and just wanted to briefly talk about it because I mentioned it before. I just made a video about it a couple days ago, maybe a week or so ago. All right, so let me zoom in. Just want to get a good look. Make sure I'm out of the way. All right. So, courtesy of Legion Hoops, which is courtesy of Full Court Pass. So, apparently, there was a list of teams that made inquiries to trade for LeBron James, and it became known that it was 4 teams that made the inquiry to trade for LeBron, and those 4 teams happened to be the Mavericks, the Warriors, the Cavs, and the Clippers. They all contacted Rich Paul about trading for LeBron James per Scoop B. Shout out to Full Court Pass. Shout out to Legion Hoops. Now, I'm going to leave this on the screen. Now, I mentioned, as a matter of fact, I got to plug myself because I'm starting to feel like Nostradamus a little bit. And, I have takes that are just random takes that I I'm just thinking how things could be, how things could potentially should be. And I'm like, okay, this could potentially be a situation that could present itself. I just made a video 3 weeks ago. The Lakers should trade LeBron James to the Golden State Warriors. 3 weeks ago. I think I was on a stream not too long ago, and I mentioned that that the Lakers should maybe try to part ways with LeBron. And I was getting a little bit of backlash from it. Like, oh, this was a while back. This was a while back. It was like, oh, LeBron, why would they trade LeBron? LeBron is the GOAT. Why would they trade LeBron? This is why you trade LeBron. Because he's 40 years old and he's just locked himself into $53 million against your cap in the last year of his contract. And you don't know what his future is going to be moving forward. And you have obviously positioned yourself for the future. And LeBron James at 40 years of age isn't your future. This is why you trade LeBron. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Crisco Fontaine, aka Coach Crisco. Now, you know what's going on. The Lakers just got sold, man. Shout out to Hoops Hype for this. The King James is comfortable with the Lakers sale. Now, this is gonna be a very quick video. I thought about this the other day, and something just made me think this sale is it's intriguing. Let's fast forward. Let's get to the trade. Did AD for Luka? Yeah. On paper, you won. Walter, is that his name? Mark Walter. Let me just double check real quick. Mark Walter, the new owner of the Lakers, the owner of the Dodgers. He may want to come in and he may want to look at that handsome guy on that screen. He may want to come in and he may want to expedite the future. Yes, LeBron is going to put butts in seats, but LeBron is 40. You have a brand new superstar, brand new shinish toy in Luka Doncic, 26 years of age. Put pieces around him right now so that you can move forward with your future. Because I think I mentioned going to the Warriors for, I don't know, maybe it would have to be for Jimmy or Draymond. And I think that they would want to keep Draymond. So maybe Jimmy and Kuminga for LeBron. Regardless of the fact, maybe I'll leave a link to this video in the description. Regardless of the fact, Legion is saying that the Warriors are one of the teams that made an inquiry about trading for LeBron. Now, I think they also tapped in last season before the trade deadline about a potential trade, but I think LeBron vetoed it. Now, I'm not so sure that LeBron would veto it. I'm not so sure he would veto it. I don't think that he is completely happy with the moves that the Lakers have made thus far. I don't think that he thinks that the team, I don't know why it does that. I don't know. I don't think that he is why does it do that? But okay, it didn't go black on the screen on the stream, so I don't know. I don't think that he thinks that the Lakers have made adequate moves, put adequate pieces around him to contend for a championship. And even though he, denounces ring culture, he still wants to play for a championship. Crazy, right? Because that's what you do, right? You play for championships. You play to win. Play to win the game. Shout out to Herm Edwards. But when you put a stranglehold on the franchise after you opt into $53 million at 40 years of age, I don't know what Luka's making, but I don't think Luka's making, did I say 43? 53. If I said 43, my bad. I'm sleepy. You opt into $53 million. I don't think Luka's making $50 million. I don't think. He's the best player on the squad. Sorry, LeBron fans. Bron sexuals. Sorry. Luka's the best player on the team in 2025. And that's not taking anything away from LeBron. I mean, he's still contributing at a high level for sure. But Luka's the better player right now. Right now, he's the better player. And if you are the second option, and in my opinion, if you want to be on a team that is contending for a championship at 40, you probably shouldn't even be the second option. You should be maybe the third option. Shit, maybe even the fourth option. Just contribute what you can do. You probably shouldn't be playing 35, 40 minutes a game at 40. This is crazy. You cheating father time. What supplements are you taking, LeBron? I'm knocking on 40's door my damn self. I'm not a pro athlete, but shit, sometimes it's hard getting up in the morning. It's difficult. What supplements are you taking, sir? We're in the same generation. I'm trying to get like you, LeBron. What supplements are you taking? I need some. Maybe even a half of a dosage. But when you command $53 million, you kind of put a limit on what the franchise is able to do and what the franchise is able to, how they're able to move and bring pieces in. Part of me also thinks that because LeBron is there, not even the fact that he commands so much money against the cap, but the fact that he's there is a bit off-putting to some stars, some players, to even want to go to the Lakers, because I don't think that they really want to play with LeBron. I think that they would love the idea of playing with Luka, but the idea of playing with LeBron is a bit off-putting, and I think the Lakers know that. I think they know that. I think that's why the moves that they've made over the last half a season and now the off season, they haven't really tapped in with LeBron and informed him of what they're going to do. I mean, when the Luka trade happened, they were talking about LeBron didn't know that it went down. And in that moment, I'm like, yo, that's bullshit. There's no way LeBron didn't know. He knew, and Luka and AD may not have known, but he knew. Now, looking back on it, I could believe that he may not have known that they made the deal and he was clueless, because they're not really making moves and positioning themselves to build around him anymore. They have already looked past LeBron. LeBron don't exist to the Lakers no more. He just happened to be on the squad, still under contract. But other than that, shit that they're doing is not necessarily predicated to what is going to make LeBron comfortable, and it shouldn't be. So if you are still trying to play for rings, you're under contract with the Lakers, unless you demand a trade, you definitely could have made it a little bit easier for them. To bring pieces in to help you win your fifth chip. So I don't see that really happening for the Lakers with LeBron there. So if you're the Lakers and you know that this is LeBron's last year on contract, he's probably going to want to play, past this contract. because I think he wants to play with Bryce. So why would you not try to move him to get something back from him instead of letting him walk for nothing this offseason? And these four teams, Mavericks, Warriors, Cavs, Clippers. The Clippers, they're just trying to, like I said earlier, like Steve Ballmer, he will pay money. I don't think he gives a damn about the first or second apron. He's like, apron? I, when I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking, I cook butt ass. I don't wear aprons. Like, what is an apron? Don't give a damn about no apron. Don't give a damn about no luxury tax. If I want LeBron here, I will pay that money and I have his black ass here in the Clipper uniform. He ain't even got to move nowhere. We in the same city. He'll pay that money. He will pay that money. Cavs would just be, like a swan song. That would low key be the perfect place for him to go back to. And I think he would really help the squad that they have now. You put LeBron, if he's able to even give what he gave last season at 40, if he's able to give this completely just like copy and paste what he did last year to this coming up season, and you put in with Donovan Mitchell, you put him with Evan Mobley, I don't know what the trade would. I'm assuming Garland would have to be in that deal. The Lakers might want Mobley, but they can't. Cleveland can't give up Mobley for a 40-year-old LeBron. Jared Allen, maybe. Maybe Lonzo is in that deal somehow. I don't know how that deal would look. Not sure how that deal would look. But if you're able to retain Donovan and Evan Mobley, and you put LeBron with them, you put pieces around that, that's a contender in the Eastern Conference. For sure. For sure. I mean, Cleveland, best team in the East this past season, record-wise anyways. So you make a trade, you put LeBron with that squad, yeah. And for him to finish in Cleveland where he started his career, that would be poetic justice. So out of those four teams, Cleveland makes the most sense. But what would be best for the league, to me, would be either the Mavericks or the Warriors. I think that would be better for the NBA. And I'm leaning more towards the Warriors just because Bron is on record of wanting to play with Steph. Both Steph and LeBron are chasing their fifth ring. Guess you can throw Draymond in there too. Jimmy is chasing his first. If the NBA really wanted to rig some shit, they would figure out a way to move LeBron to Golden State without Golden State having to give up Jimmy or Draymond. And I think that I low key think that could happen. And the reason why is I seen it was either today or yesterday, whatever the case. Golden State is pretty much going to stick with Kuminga at least until the trade deadline. So they're going to have him pretty much for half of next season, and then probably trade him. But they're going to hold on to him so that they can be able to trade him and get back full value. Because right now, if they trade him, if they do a sign and trade right now, they can only get back half. So if they sign him for, a deal that's in the ballpark of $30 million a year, they can only get back $15 million of that. So if they hold on to him, then they can get back the full 30. So why not hold on to him? See if the Mavs, the Cavs, the Clippers, if they're really serious, if they're not serious, they're just throwing out fillers. And Golden State's really wanting LeBron to come. That's $53 million. You give Kuminga in the sign and trade, you give him 30, 35, whatever. I think he was wanting 35, some shit like that. You give him 35. You didn't have to make up 20. You got some players on that bench. You got a Moody. You got a a Buddy Hield, you got a Pajemski, a Trace Jackson Davis. You got some guys on that bench that you can piece a package deal for. And if LeBron, what is his middle name? Jerome, whatever. If he says, I will waive my no trade clause for the Warriors and the Warriors only, you don't think that they would make that deal happen? Even if the Lakers say, well, we want Draymond back or we want Jimmy back, and LeBron said, nah, I want to play with Jimmy and Draymond. They can't be in the deal. You don't think that they would make that happen? This is LeBron James. They would most definitely make that happen. For sure. So if Golden State's holding on to Kuminga, that's why they're holding on to him, so that they can get full value back for him. And they could potentially use him to get LeBron. The trade might not happen this offseason, but I definitely think, and it all depends on how the Lakers, how they start the season. If they're rocky, they're not looking too great, definitely look for LeBron to be moved in the middle of the season. It's unprecedented. It's going to be a little weird. Like, damn, the GOAT's being traded mid-season? What the hell? That does not even make sense. Yeah. Mark my words. I think it's going to happen. And the Mavs, I don't know. I don't think that Kyrie or AD would want to play with LeBron again, to be honest with you. Oh, I don't. I don't think so. 47 minutes. I think we're good to stop here, man. It's almost 11 my time. So I appreciate those that pulled up to the stream and on all platforms. The TikTok, I'm sorry if there was anybody on TikTok that commented. I just, I didn't pull up TikTok because there was nobody in there. And my category is gaming. So everybody that pops into the stream on TikTok, they pop in and they leave immediately. So I'll get a better setup so that I can have all the chats kind of maybe I'll have it on my laptop over here so that I won't have to look over here, because that's what I'm looking at. When I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the chats, looking at the Twitch and the YouTube chat. And I typically have the TikTok on my phone, but I got YouTube on my phone too. So, but I will get y'all out of here. I appreciate those that did pull up. If you are new to the channel, if you're watching this on the playback, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, man. And then hit the thumbs up on the stream if you did like the stream. Even if you just like the look of my face or the sound of my voice, hit the like. It's good for the algorithm. I appreciate you for doing so, because it's absolutely free. Not asking for any donations or any super chats. I don't even think I can take them anyways. Just need a thumbs up. And then hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. I will see you on the next one. Peace.